Chapter 23. It seemed I had been waiting only a few minutes when I heard a knock at the door. As I reached for the doorknob, the bells began ringing 5th hour. I opened the door to see my family, father holding a brown sack, mother holding Hannah's small hand in hers. I greeted them and gave each a hug before preceding them through the door. As father closed it behind them, I gestured towards the shoes on the floor.
You can place your shoes in here, then join us in the living room before dinner.
I left them and went out into the living room, unsure what to do next, so I stood uncertainly by the hall. When my family entered, I gestured to the hall behind me.
The bathroom is this way if anyone needs it.
Before I could say anything else, Mrs. Morell appeared from the kitchen. She shook each of their hands as she greeted them.
Greetings. Welcome, Stephen, Marina, and Hannah. Would any of you like something to drink before dinner?
Mother glanced quickly at father.
I would love some water, Madame Morel. The ride over was invigorating. Honestly, I don't see how Corban rides so much without exhausting himself.
She gently tousled my hair and chuckled. Mrs. Morel turned her attention to father, who extended the brown bag towards her. Water would be great, thank you. And we brought some wine for the occasion.
That was so thoughtful. Thank you.
She took the bag from father and looked down to Hannah, who was completely focused on Marie and her colouring, moving to kneel beside her.
Ikoa, too, please. Of course. My name's Marie. What's your name? My name's Hannah. I'm Fo.
Hannah proudly held up 5 fingers.
Pleased to meet you, Hannah. I'm 8.
As they began colouring together, Mrs. Morel returned with 2 glasses of water.
Thank you, Mrs. Morel.
Yes, thank you.
Of course, of course. And please, call me Selina. We have some time before dinner is ready. Make yourselves feel at home.
She smiled and gestured to the couch. As mother and father sat, I puzzled over Mrs. Morel's statement.
Dinner is ready, so what are we waiting for?
I left my wondering as I noticed Louis and father conversing.
Doing well, Stephen. Trying to keep busy and stay useful around the house. Still go out with Francois, but nothing much changes for a man of my age. I thank the Creator each morning that I've lived long enough to see my grandchildren continue to grow.
Yes, the Creator blesses us all.
Indeed he does. Now, I feel as though I recognize you, ma'am. Could you help me remember why? My memory isn't what it used to be, even though I work to keep it.
Mother took a drink of water before responding.
Yes, of course. You've probably seen me around occasionally, but beyond that. I had a few classes with Leon and Selina, but that was, years and years ago. To recognize me now suggests your memory is doing quite well.
You flatter me, miss. But I thank you.
Who's Leon?
I couldn't help blurting out. I was extremely curious to know who Mother had gone to school with, and how that related to Louis. Everyone turned to me before Mother calmly answered.
Leon is Henri's father. Now please, try not to interrupt again.
I was properly reprimanded, and rightfully so. Interrupting was another thing I was having more trouble controlling. Even so, I was a little embarrassed. As they resumed their conversation, I noticed Colette carrying a stack of plates to the dining table, so I joined her in setting the table. I counted 10 place settings, confirming my guess that we were indeed waiting for Mr. Morel. Forks, knives, spoons, napkins, and glasses followed the plates, until everything on the table was ready.
Are we waiting for your father, Colette? Everything is ready for dinner, isn't it?
Yes, we're waiting for Henri as well. Maman sent him to see how much longer Papa would be. Hopefully they'll arrive together, and soon.
She attempted to be optimistic, but couldn't help appearing nervous nonetheless. Still, she looked beautiful. She had changed out of her earlier outfit and was now wearing a dark green dress that greatly complimented her, especially her eyes. The dress was sleeveless, cut down to show her collarbone, with the hem flowing down to the middle of her shins. It also accentuated her gentle curves, a feature I had been noticing more often lately. Quite taken with her overall appearance as we stood there, I couldn't help indulging my curiosity over the argument I interrupted.
Was everything okay between you and your maman? You both seemed pretty upset.
Her response surprised me. She couldn't help the flush of colour that spread across her face and down her neck. Quickly, I attempted to fix my mistake.
I'm sorry, it's not my business.
It's okay. It's just Maman and I have different views on things like marriage and...
The sound of the front door closing kept her from explaining further. We both turned to see Henri quickly walking by us into the kitchen, shoes still on.
Said he'll be just a few minutes more.
Told you to wait and accompany him. I wanted you to make sure he left.
I know. He was putting on his jacket when... said to get things started.
Fine. Just fine. Just go take your shoes off.
Henri emerged from the kitchen, then stopped at us.
Colette, Maman would like your help now. Corban, she said you could direct your family to their places at the table if you please.
Colette and I shared a quick glance before she quickly walked into the kitchen. I went over to the couch, took the empty glasses from Mother and Father, and directed them to the 4 seats on the further side of the table as Marie and Louis went to the kitchen.
Don't sit yet. We don't sit until after the blessing has been given. And Father, she might ask you to give the blessing. She asked me last year.
He nodded in understanding.
I'm sure you've both had food like this, but Hannah hasn't, so make sure she only gets a little to start.
No sooner had I given those instructions than the Morrels started bringing the food out from the kitchen. Each set a dish on the table before taking their own places across from us. Colette, of course, was directly across from me. Mrs. Morrel took the spot on the end to our right, nearest the kitchen, leaving the other end for Mr. Morrel. Once everyone was in place, Mrs. Morrel waited a few more moments before turning to Father.
Stephen, would you be so kind as to offer a benediction on this, the first day of La Toussaint?
It would be my pleasure, Selina. He smiled, took a few breaths, and was about to begin when we all turned to the sound of the front door opening, then quickly closing. The sound of shoes thudding to the floor was followed by soft footsteps before Mr. Morrel appeared, quickly walking to take his place at his end of the table.
Welcome, everyone. I'm so glad you were able to join us tonight. I see you were just about to begin.
Yes, Leon. Stephen was about to offer the blessing.
Her smile was slightly strained as she looked to Father and nodded. I bowed my head towards the table, but didn't close my eyes. Father took another deep breath, then began. Almighty Creator, we give you thanks for everyone and everything before us today. We give thanks for family and friends, warm houses and hosts, bountiful food and skillful hands that prepare it. Above all, today we give thanks to all of the saints that have gone before us in the story of your love for your created world. Their examples encourage us to run our own race. These brave men and women who have embodied courage, perseverance, faith, and so many other attributes encourage us to do likewise, showing love to you, others, and all of creation. May we continue to learn from those examples each day, as we strive to walk the paths on which you have set us. Tonight, bless our fellowship together, and any that follows in the future. Amen." Everyone repeated his Amen quietly, lifting up their heads and pulling out chairs to seat themselves. Everyone except for Mr. Morrow.
Thank you for that wonderful benediction, Stephen. Now, if you'll all excuse me, I need to use the bathroom.
On that note, dinner began.